All right, guys, welcome to part 3 of the 22 custom Ruger build. So in this video, we're gonna finish up the top end, we're gonna do the barrel swap and finish up the receiver, so stay tuned. All right, guys, so we're gonna continue here with the barrel and we're gonna work on this as well. So what we need to do here is get this guy out, get the inner receiver taken apart. So ultimately what you're gonna do is kind of slide, slide her forward or hold her back, get her kind of pulled back like you see here. And really all you're gonna do is hold the charge back a little bit and kind of wiggle it back. Watch your fingers. There you go. And then this part comes out. So that's what we needed to get out of it. So what we're gonna do here real quick, and here it is. Let me show you real quick. So it kind of loosely sits in there. There it is. Bam. There this is. So you got your barrel, you got your aluminum, and your steel. So what we're gonna do real quick before we keep going is I'm gonna work on this. You're not gonna see me. This is a very simple, it's a guide rod, spring. That's the old setup. There we go. I'm gonna clean this up a little bit. Doesn't need much, but I am gonna throw this in the freezer and I'm gonna show you why here shortly. It takes about 30 minutes, 45 minutes, and I'm gonna show you that next. So now we're gonna do the barrel switch. So we're still on the Ruger build. Here's the barrel switch. So let's check that out. I'm gonna get this guy all cleaned up and everything else while we're waiting. So let's keep watching. And here we go. All right, so we got the barrel in the freezer and the barrel and the receiver in the freezer. And so we're doing this simply to make separation of the barrel and the receiver a little bit easier. So we're gonna use the heat gun. I'm gonna turn this on high right now. And what we're gonna do is use the heat to warm up the receiver, and hopefully we'll be able to separate the barrel and the receiver so we can add the new barrel on. So let's check this out. Let me grab the other equipment here. All right, so I'm gonna hit this with some penetrating oil. And then I'm gonna go ahead and start heating this up. You gotta do this pretty darn quick, as you want the barrel to be as cold as possible. And you want the receiver to start getting warm so we can separate the two. So there it is. So you heat it up really hot. As you can see, this guy's smoking hot. It pulls straight out. So what we're gonna do is, the other barrel that we're gonna put into this bad boy has been in the freezer for a little bit, actually longer than this guy. So we're gonna put this guy down. As you can see, I'm gonna grab a towel real quick, and I'm gonna wipe it out, and then I'm gonna grab the other frozen barrel, slide it in. The frozen barrel should be constricted just a hair or tighter, just by like a hair, because of the freezer and its colder temperature. It should slide right into this bad boy, lock it in, and then as soon as the heat hits, it'll expand back to its normal size, locking it in to this bad boy. So let's take a look real quick at this. And the only reason I'm going to clean it out is because there is some residual that came through. So other than that, she's super clean. So let me go grab the other barrel, we'll get it pressed in, and we'll be good to go.
So this is the other barrel, the Tactical Solutions. This thing's been in there for almost an hour. So let's heat her back up. We want this to expand just enough.
Alright, so we didn't get the press all the way in, so what we're gonna do is just throw this back in the freezer. Alright guys, welcome back. So we did get the barrel on. It is fully seated, as you can see here. So we froze it, we got it back in most of the way, and then it got pretty tough. So we kind of malleted, used a mallet and tapped it in, and it got all the way in. It's fully seated. So you wanna make sure this is aligned. And then there is a small little divot in here that you want to make sure is going to fall in alignment with your extractor pin, which is this guy. So once it slides in, this does have to align with the internal of the barrel, so keep that in mind. So a couple of things that we're also going to do, this is the barrel. It is installed. It does have the unscrewable tip. Looks just like that. So it is threaded. Here is the compensator we got. Let me thread that on real quick so you guys can see a close-up of it. Looks like that. Pretty clean setup. So that's what the full barrel looks like. The compensator there. So one of the things I was talking about earlier that we got from Cool Guy Guns is when you install this plate, this is what injects and then fires the round. So there's a pin that sits right here, right through the bolt, okay? And the pin, let me slide it in, is this guy right here. So when you fire a round, it hits that just like it just did. So your gun makes that sound, and that's the reason why we got, let me grab it real quick here. This guy right here from Kid Industries. So it's a smaller rod, and it's got kind of this stiff polymer / rubber bushing, and it slides in. This way when your slide's hitting it, it's actually hitting this instead of the metal guide rod. So that should aid in lightening up some of the sound. All right, so what we're gonna do now is I'm gonna go ahead and install this guy right here. This just aids in holding the barrel in. There we go. So I'm gonna install this real quick, and then we'll go ahead and get the new spring and the new couple new parts put in. So let's go ahead and do this. All right. Most of this will be by hand. That. Move that out. All right, so most of this we'll just do by hand. It's already almost threaded in. And I mean, this barrel is pretty darn tight. I did see some videos on YouTube to where the guys can just pull their barrel out and slide their new barrel in. This is not that. And again, it wasn't that this gun was necessarily heavily used. It was cleaned. Prior to me doing the install that you see, so it's not, it just wasn't very dirty either. So expect a little bit of resistance when you go to do the barrel. To take it out, like I didn't show it, but I did describe it. just throw the whole thing into the freezer. And once you get it nice and cold, let it sit in there for 45 minutes, an hour. Grab a heat gun, hit the heat right here, and then just pull the barrel and it should come out. You know, you may have to do that a couple of times just to get it right. Getting it out was the easy part for me. Getting the new one in was a little tougher. I froze it multiple times. You're not gonna really see that in the video. You will see a couple of cuts, but or you did see a couple of cuts, but it's a little bit of a pain. So if you're running into that, just get it nice and cold. Heat up the receiver like you did when you removed it. Just grab your rubber mallet and just tap it gently. It'll come. Also make sure though that the receiver has been thoroughly cleaned. Clean it out with a light brushing and add some penetrating oil or some kind of lubricant for the new barrel too. So that'll help you. So let me wrap this up real quick. Almost got her there. And I'm trying not to make these videos too long to do this install. I know I gotta cut some of this out, but I'm trying to make it as viewer friendly as possible. So I apologize for some of the long segments here. I think what we'll do is for this video, I'm gonna just do the install on the upper here, and then the next we'll do the trigger and we'll do the stock. So once I get these in, we'll go ahead and install our new parts. And I'll show you what we got here. Okay. All right, so that is nice and snug. So let me put this guy down right here real quick. So what we got is a couple of things. This is the stock 1022, and the way this works, this is your slide. This bad boy ultimately sits on it, just like that. And there's your charging handle, bam. So the difference is, when you go over to this, from this to this has a little top on it. This does not. It's not super complex. Ultimately, when you guide it in, you just pull this back, slide the top in, and it locks in just like this one. So the difference too, of course, is you get this cooler charging handle. So give me 1 second here. All right, so sorry about that. One of the cameras died there. So what we're gonna do is go ahead and install this upper, and then we're gonna call this as another video in the segment. The last segment, we'll go ahead and put in the new lower and throw on the new stock and scope. So let's go ahead and get this going. All right, so it's already cleaned up on this top. I cleaned it out. So what you want to do is slide this little guy right here. See if I can get it as close as I can. This goes right into this mount right here. And we're going to put this new charging handle in. Pull this spring back. Kind of tuck it. It's kind of a two-handed deal. Let's get it. Oops, there we go. Get it in here. And then what we need to do, this top piece latches onto this. However, it has to be past this lip you see right here. So there is a lip right here. So this has got some tension on it. It locks it in the back here, and you got to get it past this lip here to sit on this upper guide. This is the piece that the barrel has to mate up with, that extractor. So what you want to do is kind of ease this bad boy in. Pull. Oops. And let go, there we go. So you'll want to pull her, pull her back. There's, there we go. So pull her. Get her back. That guy in there. Straight as you can, just like that. You may have to wiggle it a little bit. Once it goes in, should be just like that. You should be nice and clean against the barrel. Means your extractor's inserting correctly. That's what you want, okay? So, just to kind of show again real quick, let me grab this. So we slid the new spring in, which you can see if you can see it here. It sits on this little piece. There's an indent for it. There's the top of it. The charging handle sits below it, and then you have to push this, hold this back, slide this while it's held back past this insert right there while it's charged back. The top seats on it, and then it should seat perfect just the way it is. Okay, there's this little guy right here. That's your extractor that you want to align with your barrel. So this is the next section. There's the new charging handle. So thank you guys for watching, and I think we'll just have one more part to the video where we throw the lower on, throw the stock on, and the scope, and we'll call this done for now until we get it out to the range. Thank you guys for watching.